Hey everyone, and welcome back. Ready for another deep dive? We're going to be talking about wealth building today. We're diving into The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco.
Oh, yeah, I know that one.
It's a book that really throws out all the old ideas about money and success. Like that whole work until you're 65 thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this book says, forget about that. It's about building real wealth fast, not just slowly growing your savings. And to help us break it all down, I've got an expert riding shotgun with me today.
Happy to be here.
So DeMarco really goes after that traditional climb the corporate ladder idea. Instead, he says there are different lanes to wealth, like a highway. Have you ever thought about it like that? That there are different approaches to reaching your financial goals.
It's a great analogy. And so many people can relate to feeling stuck,
Yeah,
like they're in the wrong lane watching everyone else speed past.
it's like being stuck in traffic. Yeah. And the Millionaire Fastlane offers a different route,
One where you're in the driver's seat.
building assets that generate real wealth instead of just trading your time for a paycheck.
Exactly. It's about taking control of your financial destiny, not just settling for a slow crawl to the finish line. And a big part of that is about leverage.
Leverage. Okay, tell me more about that.
So leverage is about maximizing your efforts, multiplying your results, without necessarily working yourself to the bone. Imagine being able to create systems that generate income even while you're sleeping.
Okay, now that's what I'm talking about. But before we floor it into the fast lane, let's make sure everyone understands the different lanes DeMarco lays out, because this whole concept of choosing your path to wealth, that's powerful stuff.
It really is, and it all starts with understanding where you are right now.
Okay, so let's break it down. What's the first lane DeMarco talks about?
Well, he actually describes 3 lanes, but the one most people are familiar with is the slow lane.
The slow lane.
Yeah, it's basically the traditional path of working for decades, hoping to retire comfortably, eventually.
So it's like being stuck in traffic, watching life pass you by.
You got it. And DeMarco argues that a lot of people are stuck there trading their time for money.
It's that feeling of being on a hamster wheel, right? Working hard, but not really getting ahead.
Exactly, and that's why the Millionaire Fastlane offers a different route. It's about building assets that generate real wealth, not just trading your hours for a paycheck.
Okay, now you're talking my language. But let's pump the brakes for a second. Before we floor it into the fast lane, let's make sure everyone understands the different lanes DeMarco lays out. Because this whole concept of choosing your path to wealth, that's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
So we're not just talking about hitting the gas pedal and hoping for the best, right? There's a real strategy behind this fast lane concept.
Absolutely. DeMarco lays out 3 fundamental principles: control, leverage, and scale. Think of them as your roadmap to building real, lasting wealth.
Okay, let's break those down, starting with control. What does it really mean to have control in your financial journey? We hear that word a lot, but what does it look like in action?
Imagine having the freedom to call the shots in your financial life instead of feeling like you're at the mercy of your employer or the stock market. That's what control is all about in the fast lane. It's about generating your income, setting your own terms, and steering your own financial future.
That resonates, especially these days. You see people feeling so uncertain about their jobs, their investments, taking control, building something of your own that's powerful. But DeMarco doesn't stop there, does he? What's the next gear in this fast lane engine?
Next up is leverage, and this is where things get really interesting. Leverage is about maximizing your efforts, multiplying your results, without necessarily working yourself to the bone. Imagine being able to create systems that generate income even while you're sleeping, spending time with loved ones, or pursuing your passions.
Okay, that sounds like the dream. But how do we make it a reality? Give us some concrete examples of leverage in action.
Let's say you have a knack for creating beautiful websites. Instead of just building websites for individual clients, you could create online courses teaching others how to do the same. You're leveraging your knowledge to reach a wider audience, potentially earning income even while you sleep. That's the power of leverage.
So it's about creating something once and having it work for you again and again. It's not just about trading your hours for dollars.
Exactly. And that ties directly into the third principle, scale. Think of it like this. You can spend all day baking cakes and selling them individually. Or you could create a system for producing and selling those cakes on a much larger scale, maybe even franchising your bakery concept.
Now you're talking about building a real empire, one delicious cake at a time.
That's the beauty of scale. It's about designing a business model that has the potential to grow exponentially without demanding a proportional increase in your time and effort.
So we've got these 3 core principles:
Yeah.
control, leverage, and scale. But it's one thing to understand the theory. How do we actually put these ideas into practice? DeMarco emphasizes entrepreneurship as a key driver of Fastlane's success. Right? Why is that so important?
It's about having the freedom to build something you truly believe in, a business that aligns with your passions and goals. When you're passionate about what you do, it doesn't feel like work. It becomes an exciting journey of creation and innovation.
I love that because, let's be real, the traditional 9-to-5 grind doesn't exactly scream dream life for most people.
Right. Plus, with entrepreneurship, you're not limited by someone else's ceiling. You set your own limits, and the potential for growth is virtually unlimited. But that doesn't mean you have to become the next tech mogul overnight.
So you're saying even starting small can lead to big things down the road?
Exactly. It's about taking that first step, identifying a need in the market, and finding a creative way to fill it. And remember, the digital age has made it easier than ever to start a business.
Okay, so let's say someone's listening and they're fired up about this fast lane concept. They want to ditch the slow lane, embrace entrepreneurship, but they're not sure where to start. What's a tangible first step they can take today?
I love that question. The first step is often the most important, and it starts with a simple question. What are you passionate about? What gets you excited? What problems do you love to solve?
It all comes back to passion.
Okay.
Like if you're going to really pour your energy into something, it's got to be something you're actually excited about.
It makes a huge difference, and I think it ties into what DeMarco calls your unfair advantage.
Unfair advantage.
Yeah, it's that unique combination of skills and experiences and passions that you bring to the table. It's what makes you stand out from the crowd.
So it's not just about finding a hot market or whatever's trendy right now. It's about figuring out what makes you you.
Exactly. Let's say you're a total foodie.
Okay, I can get behind that.
You love experimenting in the kitchen, and you have a knack for explaining complex recipes in a simple way. Maybe you could start a food blog or launch a YouTube channel with cooking tutorials.
See, that's what I love about this whole fast lane philosophy. It's not just about the money. It's about aligning your financial goals with your passions, with a life you actually want to live. But DeMarco doesn't just leave us hanging with these big ideas, does he? He actually lays out practical steps you can take, right?
He does. He gives you tons of actionable strategies. Like one thing he talks about is the importance of creating multiple streams of income.
So you're not relying on just one source of revenue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That could mean starting an online business, investing in rental properties, all sorts of things.
That makes a lot of sense, especially these days. Having multiple income streams is like having a financial safety net.
It definitely gives you more stability and flexibility.
But for someone who's used to that regular paycheck, the idea of creating passive income might feel overwhelming.
It can seem like a big leap for sure.
What's a good baby step in that direction?
Well, one of the most accessible ways to start generating passive income is by creating and selling digital products.
Digital products like what?
It could be an ebook, an online course, even printable templates or stock photos. The beauty of digital products is that once you create them, they can generate income over and over again with very little overhead.
It's like that saying, work once, get paid forever.
Yeah.
That's the power of leverage in action. But even with a great idea and a solid plan, entrepreneurship can be tough, right?
Yeah, there are definitely challenges along the way.
What's DeMarco's take on dealing with those inevitable bumps in the road?
Well, he emphasizes the importance of building a strong support system.
Surrounding yourself with the right people.
Yeah, having a network of mentors, fellow entrepreneurs, people who get what you're going through is so valuable.
For sure. It's not just about practical support either. It's about having that encouragement, that inspiration to keep going even when things get tough.
Exactly. Seeing other people living out their fast lane dreams can be incredibly motivating.
So true. Well, we've covered a ton of ground today. As we wrap up, what's the one big takeaway you hope our listeners walk away with?
I think the biggest thing is that the Millionaire Fastlane is about a mindset shift. It's not just about getting rich quick. It's about taking control of your future, designing a life you love, and aligning your financial goals with your values.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And remember, the journey starts with a single step.
That's a powerful thought to end on. So for anyone feeling inspired right now, I encourage you to take that first step today. What small action can you take right now to start building your own fast lane? That's something to think about. Until next time, keep dreaming good and keep taking action.